you want me to say anything about it? It's interesting because Anne, now, when I wrote the book, she had shared this story of hope, and she's since shared another story of hope with us. So, you can share whatever you want here now. But the first time she shared her story of hope, she actually emailed it to me, and she said, could you read it for me in church on Sunday? Because I don't know if I could tell my story without crying. Or today.
My name's Ann, and I'm a recovering alcoholic addict. I went to this church for 5 years before I could even begin to say anything about my story, because every time I see my girls, I start crying. Sorry. What Martha was talking about was that I had everything given to me and lost it all. I lost a house, a marriage, almost lost my kids, lost everything, including my dignity and my self-worth. After leaving my children painfully and going to recovery and putting myself in the hospital, I got sober at the age of 40, and it wasn't easy. At that point, I had 20 or so collectors that, taking paychecks from me. I had me and my kids living out of the car. It was just painful for the next 3 or 4 years. I now just closed on the house. The closing date is May 17th, but I got my house back. Not the house I lost, but a house. I got a job. It's not the job that I've had for 27 years, but it fills me with joy every morning. I drive disabled children to work, and they love me. They fill me with joy every day. It was almost like it was meant to be. The thing that I am so grateful for the most is that I didn't lose my children. And they actually are proud of me now. And they came here tonight. I'm sure that's the last thing teenage kids want to do, but they came here tonight because they told me all the time how proud they are of me and how much they love me. I have an older daughter that's 26, and she really felt the brunt of it. They were young when I went away, but she saw everything and knew what was going on. She knew that we had lost our home. She knew that the divorce was ruining our family. She knew all of that. And she tells me every day how proud she is of me. This church was like, I remember the first time I walked in, I sat over here and I was violently ill from opiate addiction. I was heartbroken from not being able to see my kids. And when people saw me sitting over there, they all came over and hugged me and held me, let me cry. I would sit sometimes and cry for an hour, and I would leave. And afterwards, I just felt like this load was coming off of me and this weight was being lifted. And with the help of Martha and this church and all of you guys, I am 6 years clean, so...